Hi, my name is Yuna Kang. I graduated from JMU in 2016, and I've been attending CCPC for about 4 years now, and this is my kingdom story. So when I think about being a citizen of heaven and an exile on this earth, I'm reminded a lot about my own personal story that God's been writing over my life. I think it's safe to say that I grew up with a lot of suffering in my life. I grew up in a very broken household. My parents had a very toxic relationship, and I think with the passing of my sister a couple years ago, their relationship just continued to get worse and worse. And that definitely took a toll on me as their only daughter. And I think even now, this past year, my parents went through a really terrible divorce with a really nasty court case, and I found myself in the middle of it all, and it was really, really difficult for me. I found myself crying out to God a lot. I found myself grieving and longing for parents that were like parents. I found myself just aching the loss of those things. But, in His grace, I was able to grow a lot. I was able to heal through the help of His Word, through the help of, His grace and the community that surrounds me. I think over time, as I was grieving, I was convicted that my heart of grief actually slowly turned into a heart of bitterness and resentment. I think with the constant suffering that I was facing, my voice to God often would be like, God, why isn't this stopping, right? Like, I thought that with the passing of my sister that would be enough of suffering for me. I thought with the divorce of my parents that would be enough suffering for me. But I felt that it was just constantly never ending, and I felt myself just growing extremely bitter to Him. And I realized that the more that I was expecting that and the more that I felt that I deserved better, I found myself, realizing that I was making this world my home. And the more that I made this world my home, the more I lost my hope for heaven. We all face suffering, and it can be extremely discouraging. I mean, it's been really discouraging for me this season of my life, but in losing my hope for heaven, I forgot that, one day the reality is that one day when God's kingdom is fully here on this earth, suffering will be no more, tears will be no more, broken families will be no more. And the more that I demanded that perfection here, the more I forgot that. And I was bound from realizing that my identity as a citizen of God's kingdom means that I am free to live in the midst of my sin, in the midst of my brokenness, in the midst of my suffering. I am free to live for His kingdom. That's a reality right now. And I realized that my identity as an exile on this earth means that in the midst of all that, I can have a hope for what is to come. And I think I want that hope to be my anchor so that I can continue to fight and persevere on this earth. And it reminds me a lot of Matthew 6:10, where it says, "Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven." I think that's our reality and hope for all of us. And this is my kingdom story. Thank you for listening.